think about it, if you've got enough guys that can, if you're down to guys, whatever that number is, I think as long as you have enough guys, and that number is probably 7, 8, that you can play a game, I think you should go play. I think it speaks volumes to your team when you know that, hey, yeah, we might not have our full deck with us, but we believe in you guys. You're on scholarship, and so we will always try with everything that we do to go play a game, whether it's here or on the road. But that's how we feel about it. I just think that if you've got enough, I think you owe it to everybody involved to do the right thing, and that's people that have bought tickets for the games. And I've seen enough in my lifetime in this sport to know that anything can happen during a basketball game. But it goes back mainly to the guys. If you've got enough, you owe it to them to go play.
Coach, just looking ahead at Alabama, I don't know how much tape you've watched on them, but what stands out, what concerns you when you're scouting them?
Well, I mean, obviously they're an outstanding team. I mean, they like all of us at certain times of the year, we go through the ups and downs of it. But when you think about it, you know what they like to do in terms of attacking the basket or the 3-point shot, and so you have to certainly know personnel as much as anything going into this game, knowing because they're going to work hard at getting you into rotation. Like in every game, I think rebounding is a key in most games and in a lot of ways, but it'll take, it's going to take a great effort. I mean, you think about some of their wins and the way they're capable of playing, and we know they're explosive and can put up some numbers, and they can come in flurries, and we've got to do a good job on the other end, taking care of the ball and make sure we get the shots that we want.
Mike Wilson.
Yeah, Rick, just with the time of year and players traveling and everything, were you at all concerned just with this variant situation and players being all over and then coming back?
Yeah, I think you're always concerned this time of year with what you see going on in the country, but I do think our guys really do try to be responsible as much as they possibly can. But when you leave, and which I've always said, I think it's important that if you get a chance, if you can at all possible, be with your family at Christmas. I think that's the right thing to do. But then and when you do that, when you get outside of the bubble that we have created here, yeah, you're always concerned about it. And but we'll always do the right thing. And like Tom said, those that we felt needed to be tested, we did that, and we'll see what the results are.
Rob, then Grant.
Coach, I think I forgot to ask you about it after the Arizona game, but how impressed and pleased were you with your guys rebounding? Because I would have bet a lot of money that you probably wouldn't have won the battle of the boards in that game against them.
Well, you'd have lost. Well, it's something that we really want to be good at, and I think we've got the ability to do that. I think now it gets down to, are you willing to do it on nights when people are so conscious of trying to keep you off the glass or trying to get to the glass? Can you do it? Can that takes it to the next level? Consistency, reliability on rebounding, I think can carry you a long way. But as you get a reputation for being an offensive rebounder early in the game, and certainly people are going to try to keep you from there and try to discourage you from coming. And on the other end, if they look at you now, and if you're not a guy that blocks out or doesn't take care of that end, they're going to come at you. And but that's something we've talked a lot about, and it's something that we've got to continue to get better with.
What is it about Nate Oates that makes him so consistently successful just about everywhere he's been? The way he's
I think like any coach, he believes in what he's doing, and I think he recruits to his system, and he's been around the game, and he does a really good job of teaching what he believes in.
Reese, then Mike.
Hey, Coach, how important was this Christmas break for your players to regather themselves and get healthy and feel better about themselves mentally?
Well, I think guys always look forward to being able to, be with their families or have a short break. And I thought last night they came back, and I thought they had a great spirit about them. And with that said, obviously they were able to rest a little bit, and maybe for those that were had those nagging injuries that you always have this time of year and throughout the year. Maybe those days, certainly those days would help with that. But I think being away for a couple of days would be good for all of us.
Rick, I know you touched on Olivier after the game the other day and what he did blocking shots. How important was that both for you guys to see and also for him to see just how he can affect a game despite not really scoring and finding other ways to do it in a high level game like that?
Well, I think that's where he has matured a lot, really, in the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, where he now knows he can affect the game in a lot of ways, whether he scores a basket or not. He had 3 blocks, really 4. The fourth one, when he got a call for a foul, he literally blocked it with his forearm, and was just a spectacular play. And when you think about that, and he blocked a jump shot, that's taken 8-10 points off the board that somebody has the possibility to get. But I think Olivier is just scratching the surface to what he can be. I know that as he continues to just play the game and not put pressure on himself to do anything but be who he is and understand that there's so much more to the game than scoring, and he can affect it in ways on nights when he's sometimes he's not getting looks. But again, I think his future is extremely bright, and the impact that he's made and will continue to make is what we need. I could make a case that what we need from him and Olivier and Uros is we need those 3 guys night in and night out to do a lot, and with Olivier leading the way.
Rick, after Villanova and Texas Tech and Colorado and Arizona, do you feel like you guys are ready for what's ahead of you guys in not only at Alabama but the January schedule?
Yeah, I think we are. We've tried to prepare our team with a tough non-league schedule. With trying to hit as many different variables as we could with the schedule, and I think our guys have responded. I do think that we've learned from our mistakes. I think we've learned from other teams and how they go about it. And so yeah, I think we're ready. And fact is, we have to be. And I'm just hoping for our whole league that we can have the kind of year where we don't have a lot of shutdowns and let these guys do what they love to do, and that's to go out and play and compete.
Finish up with Mike and Rob.
Rick, with Brandon, was the game the other night just not a good match for him in terms of pace of play? And if so, is that a concern then with some of the teams you're going to see in SEC play?
No, well, in a game like the other night, we knew even when we got up on them that they were going to make a push to get back, and it was a back and forth game, and it was going to be a possession game. But the truth behind that was his preparation 2 days and 1 day out. We didn't feel like he had the kind of prep that we needed him to have, and then a game like that is not a chance to say, well, let's see what he can do, and based on what he's done the prior 2 days. So I think I'll be disappointed if he doesn't learn from that, because he would tell you himself he didn't have 2 very good days leading into it. And when you've got an opponent like we're getting into now too, I mean, the preparation is so important. But we know that he can help us, and he's going to help us. And I do think last night he came back and he had a great mental mindset coming back last night, because as coaches we had conversation with him about why he didn't play, and it was all based on prep leading into it. But I think all freshmen go through that. I think that's not unusual, but and I think he would be the one to tell you that he wants to do it, and this is a whole new thing for him. But he has made great strides, and he'll continue to do that. And like I said, he's going to help us win some games this year.
Coach Grant asked you about your team being ready. Here, what are your thoughts with it? By January 15th, you're going to have played at Tuscaloosa, at Baton Rouge, at Lexington. Is that a little front loaded in your opinion, or is you just play?
Rob, I don't even look at it like that. I don't care. You got to play who you got to play. And fact of the matter is, we're going to do our work. We're going to do our preparation, and we're going to trust it. We're going to believe in it. And the schedule is what it is. You just got to embrace it and go with it. I don't really sit down and analyze it. I don't. I just try to go one day at a time and try to get our players to do the same thing. And it's a long time between now and March. And the bottom line is we want to be at our best come March, and we'll see what happens.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll have
All right, thank you,
Olivier up
guys.
next.
Thanks, Rick.